Good morning, Practical Rebels. Welcome to your Saturday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, and again today we have a deck that we have not seen in forever, but the message that it's conveying fits right in with what we had yesterday, etc. So I'm just kind of smirking about this. I just think it's funny. So let's just do a few breaths just to come into right here, right now. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. Welcome. We're just going to breathe a bit. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting your shoulders drop in through the nose, out through the mouth. Next breath a little bit more deeply, in through the nose, out through the mouth, allowing your shoulders to drop. All right, so interesting card deck. I always like this card deck because it's cheeky. Good morning, Cindy. Glad you are here. And it usually, it's in its cheekiness, kind of has a way of getting me to think about things in a different way than I've been thinking about them. So I think you'll like the card. It is from the Notes from the Universe on Abundance deck by Mike Dooley. Again, we haven't seen this one in quite some time, but the message is consistent with what we're getting. So here's the picture. Very pretty mountain scene. Shortly, I'm going to be buried in a blizzard, so we'll see. We're supposed to go down to see my sister today. Good morning to whomever else just popped on. But we are aborting that mission because she's already got 3 inches on the ground and another 5 or 6 coming, and we're supposed to get about 5 or 6. So we don't really need to be driving an hour and a half each way. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. I don't know why yours doesn't pop up your name. The number will roll, but Facebook, whatever. So again, here's our pretty mountain scene. And if you just want to take a couple of breaths just to settle into right here, right now, again, opening up the divine feminine part of you that's receptive, open to receiving whatever message is here for you today, and we'll see where we go from there. Every single day, this is the universe talking to us. Every single day, I am pressing out and reeling in the abundance you're making room for in your life as I observe everything you think, say, and do. And remember, yesterday it was about clearing that which no longer serves us out. And Cindy actually sent me something that dropped into her feed after we did yesterday's YEMIG card that was about releasing all that no longer serves you. I'm like, okay, the message just keeps coming. So the universe is pressing out and reeling in the abundance that we make room for in our life. As the universe observes everything we think, say, and do. Yeah, I'm not so fond of that reeling in part. Pressing my heart out, the universe. So think about that. What's involved there? The pressing out, to me, is the expansion, the opening up to receive, being in that open state for what's meant to come here. Yeah, Gwen, you're getting the weather too. Yep, here too. But that's okay, because it kind of sets us up for, okay, what would I like to do with this day? Don't really want to be out and about much. What would I like to do with this day? And maybe that's part of the abundance we're going to make room for. And the reeling in part, maybe that's that pursue, pursue, pursue. We're meant to balance that out with the openness. Again, divine feminine meeting divine masculine. So we have the entire skill set to operate from, right? So we're opening ourselves to abundance and we're clearing the way for abundance to come in. Both, all right? So there's our card. So I'd like you to make a commitment. What are you committed to clearing today? Good morning, Linda. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. Show you our pretty card. It's a mountain scene. I don't know, down by you, how many mountains are there? Is it mountainous or is it more like plains? I don't even know what your terrain is like down there. But what are you willing to commit to today? What are you willing to clear today? So I wanted to share with you also how my talk went yesterday. it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And I want to, kind of fits in with the card today, when we clear that space, what happens is it makes room for what's meant to come in. So we hold that empty space as best we can. Rainforest covered mountains. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Lovely. Good morning, Susan. And then it rolled because Susan popped in, so away you went. But I will go back and look and I will comment. So when we create the space for what's meant to flow in, it flows in. So I want to give you my example from yesterday. And again, this is the kind of stuff that happens all the time. All the time. When we are fretting about how something's going to happen, we are really wasting our time. Hang on, I gotta get some lip stuff here. Because the universe is going to take care of it. As I've said repeatedly, when your why is big enough, the hows take care of themselves. When your why is big enough, the hows take care of themselves. So here was yesterday. I'm piling all my stuff into my bag to get ready for my talk. I'm nervous. I'm excited nervous, not scared nervous. Remember our thing about anxiety is excitement without the breath from Fritz Perls. So add some breath and you move into excitement instead of the anxiety. Just a little tip. So I go upstairs to get ready, come back down, and there's a message on my phone. And I listen to the message, and it's a man who for several years has been working on putting together an intentional community in the Appleton area. I didn't know he existed. He didn't know I existed. The common person is one of the women that I went out to lunch with who sat on the task force that came up with all the points for what's needed in this area for housing issues. So she gave him my contact information. He called and left a message and basically said that his efforts had waned a little bit because one of the driving forces behind his efforts moved to Madison and COVID hit. So he's ready to rev it up again, and that his organization has land available. They just didn't have resources to manifest that. He then talked to Habitat for Humanity, which has the resources, but was land poor. Match made in heaven, right? And now he's seeing, yes, now he's seeing, if Linda said, a gathering of like-minded souls. Yes. He's seeing if I'm interested in bringing my group of people into the efforts that they're making. So he and I are going to have coffee and move things forward. But again, that's how that stuff goes. That's how that stuff goes. Something drops into place. You meet someone. It's kind of the thing out of The Secret. When you show up, when you step up, when you show the universe, I'm ready, people, places, and things get moved to make things happen. So I don't have to have all the answers. Things are going to appear as I continue down the path. Sometimes you take the next step and a vista opens up and you see something that, oh, that's where this is meant to go. That's how this is meant to unfold. So anywho, I had a whole lot of people cancel at the last minute, which is what people tend to do. Doesn't bother me. It just is what it is. So we had 10 lovely souls there who had wonderful questions. Some people knew not much about intentional community. Some people were very well versed. So we had a nice mix. We had a nice mix of skill sets. We have people who do grant stuff. We have people who know people in the banking industry, in developers, etc., etc., etc. So there was a wealth of knowledge in the room. I think most of them were interested in taking a next step, maybe not directly for themselves, but they're certainly willing to either help out or whatever. I think many of them liked the 3 to 5 year timeline because they have other gigs going on right now that'll need to be addressed if they decide to continue with the process. So it unfolded beautifully. So I was very happy with how it went, and I can see the next steps on the horizon. So I'm actually going to set up a Zoom meeting for those who couldn't be there, for those who want to continue our conversation, etc. And I've got a lot of great ideas for moving things forward. So it was really exciting. It was really fun. And then a couple friends and I went out to dinner afterwards, and that was lovely. So all in all, it went wonderfully, wonderfully. And again, when that kind of energy is out there, hop on, hop on. So if you've got a project yourself that you're working on, or you've got the clutter clearing that you're doing, or whatever, soak up this energy that I've got. And one of the ladies, the woman sitting next to me, said, "Can you bottle this up? Because I'll buy some." But when you get in the groove, when you hop in the slipstream of this kind of energy, it just takes you along. So here's her card again. And I think what I called it is, let's see, pressing my heart out. I think that's what I called this one. So think about that. We're pressing out. We're opening up. We're ready to receive whatever it is that's meant to come our way. Have an awesome Saturday, y'all, and I will see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. All right. Bye-bye.